There we go. Okay, and let's check and make sure thing is due. Thing apparently is due. Horrible echo. Sure thing is. There we are. Let's actually more horrible echo. Let's actually more horrible. Okay, cool. No reverb, which I thought I heard. It's fine. Everything's fine. Blarg. Okay. That's a thing. And that's a thing. And this is a thing. Okay. I should probably delete that first save at some point. Fuck it. Alright, wait. Oh, no, I forgot to turn off thing. There we go. That should be better. We've got a checklist of things to do today. And that checklist is going to require quite a bit of consumption of souls. I'm gonna sit down together, bonfire, fuck it. So we're gonna have to go get some souls to consume. And then maybe we farm for a little humanity, maybe not. I don't know. It depends on how swimmingly our other to-do list items end up being. Or going. Words. I also realize I need to read certain things. We need to switch the... Let's go blue tier stone. I think that actually will do more for us. Dark root garden. And there you go. Okay. So hi everybody. We're back at the Dark Soul. Sir. Sir. Please. Understand. I took the weekend off, and not just from streaming, but from being a functioning human being. And I decided to watch a bunch of fucking anime. And as soon as anyone who gives a fuck about that shows up, I'm sure they're just chomping at the bit too. We'll talk about that because there's stuff. Anime's the thing. Actually kind of lucked out there. Gotta warm up, check off the weekend rust. There we go. I do remember our dear sentiment about there being no magicians in our mutual conga lines, and we should just stop workhorsing this and just go to the ledge and kick them off. We're here for souls, not for grandeur. Come on, bud. Do your thing. Sir, I appreciate your moxie, but not your attitude. his attitude I'm a little more of a fan of. If y'all just wanna jump into the abyss for me, I'm not gonna tell you no. What was I saying? Something about anime. Yeah, I removed myself from the equation of life for a little bit. And I have returned with the vast knowledge of watching, like 5 whole seasons of bullshit. Not any particular order or reasoning, but, the seasonal anime game is not one I have been actively participating in for a bit. But there's some good stuff that, I wanted to watch, so I watched it. And I did literally nothing but that, because English dubs are just so bad that I literally can't multitask and allow myself to, like, watch a show and then fucking maybe play a video game. Which is why I'm barely fucking high rank in Monster Hunter Rise right now. Because life has just decided that I'm just not gonna get the time or the willingness to commit to things that I want to do. Which is why I'm making the time right now. And by I'm making the time right now, I'm lucky enough that I have friends who do things who exist in a different time zone, so I have to wake up earlier. And that tricks my motivation into working. It's a whole deal. Sir, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but I'm gonna have to tell you no. Yeah, so I watched some anime. I did a thing. Nothing really important. I did watch a couple of, like, really strange seasonal bullshit. Not even from this season, from last season. Namely... Wow, I just fell straight on my ass. That was amazing. Sir. Fuck off, even. Please understand that I am not about to just die for your sake. I'll die for his sake. I'll take a knife in the back from the thief, but the priests can stay away from the latter half of the 360-degree orb that I maintain. That went a direction. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm saying, even. Yes, I watched some anime. Two in particular, because, shockingly, I'm sitting here playing Dark Souls. I have an affinity for and enjoy watching isekai shows. I watched Jobless Reincarnation, which is like a really dire fucking state of affairs. Because it's taking... So, isekai have, like, blown up in the last couple of years, and that's fine, because I like fantasy shit. My problem is that, like, the tones have become progressively more like, I need to comment about society's rejection of me. Which is unfortunate, because Jobless is actually pretty good as a show. Like, I like... So when it comes to isekai, for those who don't, you know, speak of the moon, as I pretend to, so isekai means, another world, or if you want to fucking be really pedantic about it, like I do, since I'm actually studying Nihongo, oh, he is really just running for that backstab, dude. chill your shit. So isekai could be interpreted as the good world, because Sekai is world, and E, like a double I sound, is like a general, like, just placeholder word for good. Like like if you wanted to ask somebody how the weather was, and they're like, "Oh, tenki desu," it's fucking. The weather's good. It's fine. So I'm sure I'm just wrong about that, but it's like there's little fucking rules that you learn when you're studying Japanese, where it's like, cool. So I'm weeb trash, and I watch JoJo because I'm weeb trash. So something to consider whenever you're watching the early seasons of JoJo and you listen to the way Dio introduces himself, he doesn't say fucking watashi wa or watakushi wa, which are just like saying I am, and it's the most basic sentence structure shit that you can do, and most people actually just don't even say it when they're speaking in a comfortable setting, or to someone that they've already introduced themselves to. Dio very specifically says, kore wa, no, is it kore? I think it's kore wa dio desu ka, or not desu ka. I think it's kore wa dio. And when you say that, what you're actually saying is, this is Dio? Which is a very Dio way to introduce yourself. It's like you're not even saying I'm Dio, it's like, this is Dio. It's very entertaining to know that little bit of grammar shows it's character building even. I'm just gonna bump a couple of things. We're just gonna do levels while we wait for anybody to talk to about shit, which is also how I'm gonna get away with justifying talking about anime a bunch, because there's no one here to stop me. It's fucking, speaking of anime, it's your guys' fault I'm not popular. It's your guys' fault I get to talk about anime because no one's here to stop me. Oh, this is gonna be a fun VOD, I can already tell. Sir, please. Anyway, what am I saying? Yeah, okay, so jobless reincarnation. It really, like, has some one-sided statements about, like, the state of, like, specific NEET culture, and, like, it's really hard to recommend as a show because it's, like, the main character, like, the protagonist is, like, an absolute scumbag. Like, there's such an irredeemable air about where the protagonist starts out. And continues to show that he is truly just a piece of shit. Even though he's been given a new chance in this fucking fantasy world. Oop, give me just 1 second. Nope, I guess not. Never mind. Alright, so it's like, I really like the world and the art style and some of the character design. It's like, that's all great, but then it has some really fucked up weirdness with, like, what I assume the mangaka is trying to fucking say about people. So it's like, you try to root for a better situation, but it just goes to show that the fucking protagonist is an absolute dirtbag. and it's like terrible, like mid-2000s harem level fucking logic. And it's like, hey Angie, thank you for breaking this fucking conversation. I need to stop talking about anime and how things are weird and moonspeak. But also we can continue talking about that. I just needed to get off of this point. Going to crash all inconveniently convenient times. Yeah. Oh shit, wait, I'm about to die. Yeah. Amazing. We're just in time. The cat says hello. That's always good. Need more cat. Always more cat. Just trying to eat the headset microphone. That's a very feline practice. It's a hobby. I don't know. So Angie, we're talking about anime. And we're talking about the strangeness that is the state of modern anime and isekai. Shockingly, we're doing that while playing Dark Souls. But yeah, so there's a lot of weird meta commentary going on in that show. And it just drops all of its fucking... I don't even know, like, I don't know what the show's trying to do. It's a good looking show, it is well made, but it just has those moments of like, man, what the fuck am I watching? Similarly, we could talk about another show I watched from this season, which was recommended by people you would fucking not expect it to be recommended from. And it is a show called Kuma 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 Bear, which is a weird VR MMO fucking dare fucking bullshit, which is so amazingly inconsistent. Hey Brandon, good to see you. You're just in time. We're talking about anime. So, like, rewinding a little bit, isekai, if you're not in the shit, is, you know, journeys to another world, fantasy RPG justification as a setting, and there are a couple of basic avenues that you can go through that genre with, and they're, like, ever since Sword Art Online became popular for God knows what reason, like, the whole concept of, oh, trapped in a VR MMO, or do a VR MMO, and everything, like, is just explained away that way. Yes, I agree, SAO sucks, and it promotes rape culture, and I'm not a fan of that. Anyway. So, you have your full instance VR MMO, people can feel the feeling, haptic suit bullshit, or just plug the VR headset into your brain, as so many of them do. Or you have, like, actual, like the traditional isekai thing of, oh, you were summoned to another world, either via means of magic, or you were reincarnated, or some other bullshit. So the things I like about isekai, because I am a horrible isekai apologist, is that they're good fantasy setting, like, starters. So good isekai usually, like, don't even focus on the shit of a story, and they just fucking we'll go straight to, like, here are the systems of how things work in this world, and here's how it's different, and let's hyper-fixate on that so that you can appreciate, like, how much thought has gone into this. Full Dive, Ultimate Next Gen, full RPG is even shittier than real life. Interesting. I have not seen or heard about Full Dive. But maybe I will. Maybe I'll have another fucking mental breakdown weekend like I did this weekend. And just watch it. Anyway, yeah, so you have your VR MMO fucking bullshit. Or you have I was magically summoned here, or God, or Deus Ex Machina, literally just the machine that creates reality, has decided to put me in this place. And there's some good examples of that. And there's a lot of isekai which you wouldn't really think of as isekai. For example, the original Digimon fucking anime. Guess what? That shit's an isekai. You can't tell me it's not. They're fucking transported to another world. It's pretty funny. I know Mother's Basement was talking about it. There are currently 3 episodes out. Okay, it's one of those things that if Jeff's actually fucking looking into it, I might check it out just to see how trash it is. That is Jeff Thu, professional shitbag of Mother's Basement. If you guys aren't aware of them, they're pretty cool. I met them at a convention like several times, not planned. Just we happened to be in the same place. Anyway, so like Digimon, the original fucking like the 4Kids bullshit kid show anime is an isekai. Fucking Dot Hack's an isekai. If we want to date how old and ancient my ass is. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff. That's technically the thing. So most good isekai will focus on like here. Okay, so here's the underlying narrative that you know, the characters will experience throughout this shit. But also, let's just fixate on how these fucking worlds work. And I really like when they do that properly. Some good fucking modern realizations of this ideal are things like fucking Rise of a Shield Hero, which is like, yeah, again, there's a little too much on the real world concept. Like, the author definitely has something to say about things. Kind of train, but we'll get there. Because, like, the systems of how that shit works is like, okay, you have your 4 classic hero archetypes that are fucking summoned to this shit, but then they go into full-on episodes of, like, here's how skills work, here's how, like, you expand upon weapon systems, here's how, like, your real-life events will turn into how your quote-unquote character shapes, because the different branching skill trees of the hero weapons will straight up just determine how, like, what kind of shit you are based off of what happens to you, which is why you can get, like, an actually, like, decent protagonist who's had a really conflicted time because literally the world is set out against them, turn into, like, okay, here's how a hero uses Slave Master's skills to their advantage, and they aren't a complete piece of shit. But yeah, then you got shit like fucking, from, like, this season and this past season. Love Dot Hack, Sign will forever be the best man. Yeah, I mean, Sign is the way to go. Sign is the good one. Sign is the best one for Dot Hack. It's for fucking sure. No one will fight any of us there. But yeah, so you've got shit like that, but you also have the, here's a long and funny light novel name, and we're gonna make a show out of it. like, series of fucking shit that's been produced. And some of them are good. They've been getting more comedic recently because there's, like, just the meta-narrative of the anime industry, focusing on isekai so heavily, has kind of contributed to this new range of, like, here's a single idea, let's hyperfixate on this while we completely ignore everything else. So another one I mentioned that I watched over the weekend was Kuma 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 Bear. Kuma is the word for bear in Japanese. And it's like, hey, what if VR MMO, isekai trapped in another world, but protagonist Chan had to wear, like, an adorable bear costume because the stats were broken. And it's like, that's fun. That's a fun idea that you committed to. Sir, thank you. Like, conceptually, the start of the show is fine. Because it's like, okay, here's... They really broke down well in the first episode, like, here's why this thing is overpowered. And it's like, literally every skill multiplicatively scales with your level. And then they just abandon it. They're like, oh, hey, in the first level, here's the major difference between level 1 to level 3. And it's like, you already go from basically competent to super god. But then you just completely abandon the whole concept of the leveling system. There's a lot of weirdness with that show. Sir, I would appreciate your patience. Anyway. That's what you get for trying to cast heal, cleric bastard. Sorry, I am major ADD scatterbrain lately, and I've only had a cup of coffee to function. Yeah, so you've got those shit shows, and then there's the ones that are like, we're trying so hard to be generic so that we can, like, just, you know, hook into the bubble that is the popularization of isekai. You've got shows like fucking Wise Man's Grandfather or some shit, where it's just like, we're just gonna name drop a whole bunch of fantasy garbage and tell a nothing story, and then spend a lot of money on particle effects that'll make it seem like we have a budget. So there's a lot of that bullshit, and I'm not a big fan. Because it's like, you're literally doing fucking nothing. Like, you're just going for the paycheck, and while I can commend and respect it, you can make something of substance. You don't have to just go for the money grab. You can do something with the money grab and make it fucking good. Personally, I like having the variety of isekai. Some are super serious, while others are bonkers, and some straight at comedy. Yeah, so that's the thing. It's like, it's a great medium for telling a comedic storyline. It's fucking perfect. Because we've established, like, this, with the popularization of the genre, or the subgenre, we've established, like, a general, like, portmanteau's not the fucking word I'm looking for. We've established, like, a general, communal idea of, like, how this shit's supposed to work. It's like, okay, is this a video game isekai? Then we do the video game levels, and then we can do whatever the fuck we want with that, because we can focus on a commentary of, stats obsession, and things like that. Then you have other shit where it's like, okay, so this is like a summon to another world thing. It's like, okay, well, let's comedically place in time these potential like political or social issues as universal when they are very much not. You know, like fucking the proliferation of like beast girl obsessions in shows like fucking No Game No Life, which will never get a second season. I don't care. And also Mushoku fucking whatever the fuck it is, jobless reincarnation. It's like let's have fun with that, where it's just like here's poking at the fetishization shit while simultaneously getting the money from the fetishization shit, because we're full on just we're commenting on it, but that's not going to stop us from cashing in on that particular thing, you know? Okay, I need to get the fucking... I need to get this motherfucker to backflip off the fucking... Okay, hello? Your attacks are too coordinated. I don't like it. Thank you. Okay, let's not follow him. That would be a bad thing. I mean, thanks to you guys, Konosuba gives me a little of everything. Yeah, so Konosuba's a great example of, like, okay, so you had a whole bunch of bullshit fantasy shit, and then you get Konosuba, which is entirely a fucking meta-narrative of the popularization of the fucking isekai genre and completely just deflating shit by, bringing in like either scumbag or stupid characters. It's like here's the archetype. It's like, hey, your tank, what if your tank is a fucking masochist? What if your fucking what if your cleric is a fucking useless goddess herself who just does nothing and drinks all of your guys' saved money away? What if your fucking mage could literally only cast one spell? Like, and sure, it's a good one when it can be done, but it's like, hey, what if one do? What if your fucking 5e sorcerer could only cast Fireball once per long rest, and they immediately have to take the long rest after they cast it? It does good stuff within the genre. It's not just like, oh, hey, funny scenario, boob and butt joke. It's not anywhere near certain other garbage. But it's become like its own micro platform of like, okay, so we're making this show an isekai, or we're making this this novel an isekai, so it's gonna be profitable. So we can utilize this as a fucking as a micro platform for this one particular social problem I want to comment on. Like Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation, is like straight up like, okay, here's what it is. Like, here's the tragedy of being like an actual full-grown 40, like almost 40-year-old NEET. Like we're almost glorifying the subculture of the people who don't want to fucking participate in society. So we need to show the realism of it, and it's fucking dark. It really just pulls no punches of, like, here is how bad off this shit is. And here is what you guys are. It's a mirror to the community that and the irony of, like, me being a large human who likes anime, but I'm not that full into fucking, like, the craziness of certain anime subcultures. I've never killed anyone for a PVC figure, is all I'm saying. Like, it's... Okay, so I don't even know what I'm trying to say with this. Since we're talking about it, you know? It's like the State of the fucking Union or some shit. Okay. So yeah, like there's some things that have merit that like expand upon the subgenre, not only effectively but in a positive way. Like you've got shows that play off of, oh god, what the fuck is that show called? It's I can't remember it. Fuck. I can't remember the actual name for it, but the translation name was "So Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon?" Which is just awful. Like, terrible. Why do you do this? Why do you instantly completely delegitimize your show? Or fucking your manga? It's like, I get it, how isekai are very easily subject prone to like, oh hey, well here's all the fetishization that comes from the JRPG interpretation of like elves and things of the like. What am I saying? I think I might have killed him before he jumped back. He might have not. I don't know. But yeah, like that one's not great. Thank you for the Estus charge for whoever the fuck did that. It's a little pointless, but I appreciate the thought. Whoop. Something about fucking right. That show has a really interesting fucking like leveling system, and like the dungeon crawl shit, and the concept of heroes, and like the gods have all decided to live amongst the people, and that's the whole like premise of the show. And because of that shit, like people are not only are people able to become more along the lines of like their mythological fucking interpretations, but also sir, I'm trying to express a thought right now, and it's not a very well put together thought, so I need you to slowly participate in not breaking my train of thought. I'm just gonna get into a fucking kick fight. Night of the kick fighters over here. So, like, that show has a good system, but what does it do? It focuses on fucking ecchi bullshit. It focuses on, like, oh, hey, we comedically the titting. And, like, I get the fan service sells, but come on. You're better than that. Well, I mean, you're not better than that, and that's the problem. You can be better than that. You have the potential to be better than that. Yeah, let's get vitality above 800, or HP above 800. We're not even doing this for this. We're doing this so we can buy other shit, because I need to get a +5 weapon to fucking Divine Attunement, so that I can go to the Catacombs and get the fucking rite of kindling for before Anor Londo. I don't know. There's like, the idea of wasted potential is so fucking common in that genre, because it's like you have something that really works well, and then you throw it away so that you can make what is essentially body horror jokes, because that's what an anime is, right? But then spawning from this are shows that were made in the recent season. I actually was at an anime convention when the light novel for this show premiered, so I know a little bit more about it. But I think the show is Kumo. Yeah, it's Kumo ga Nanaka, or So I'm a Spider, So What? And it's the fucking reincarnation trope, but it's like, hey, what if the reincarnation thing was like, but you're a monster though, and you start out as a fucking common monster. And that show is just like, okay, here's the basic isekai shit. Here's this basic, like, mystery plot line of, oh, everyone got reincarnated in a fantasy world and no one knows what's happening. Except for the people who definitely know what's happening. And here's how someone just went from being a nameless level 1 spider enemy to fucking, like, the actual antagonist. And it's actually pretty good. Because instead of focusing on the fucking narrative and making a fucking shit show of that, like that display that I just committed to, instead of, like, focusing on that shit, that show says, fuck this whole narrative, fuck this whole story. You want to talk about some skill systems? Let's talk about some skill systems. It's the most video gamey of the video game shit I've seen, because it takes the fucking, the Oblivion, fucking Elder Scrolls leveling system of, hey, if you want to level something up, you have to use it a whole bunch, and you have to use it in its shitty state so that it can eventually become good. It takes that whole fucking thing, and then does that. And it's like, hey man, you want to focus on some systems? Guess what? These two skills, if, like, leveled up together, fucking just break reality. And everything becomes fucking nuts. And here's how the math works on that shit. And every single fucking episode, we're gonna change the opening so that it reflects the current state of the fucking protagonist, which is a goddamn spider. Which is a dungeon crawly dungeon spider. And we're like, okay, so here's how they become, like, the ultimate fucking thing. And here's the stat updates, and here's the list of skills that they have. And here's... And then in the episode, it's just like, oh, here's how the skills work together to be fucking broken as fuck. Also, I expressed confusion last episode. I want to get this out of the way before I forget to. About why certain damage values, especially against this motherfucker, are, weird. And I remembered / was told about the, off-balance system that Dark Souls 1 employs. Which is, hey, did you get hit after your guard was broken? Guess what? You're taking, like, 60% more damage. Did you get hit when you were rolling or sprinting? Guess what? You're taking fucking a bunch more damage. So I'm in fact not crazy, and I did notice the thing right. I've completely lost my train of thought. And my train of thought is kind of like those mall, like, play place, like, this is made for toddlers 3-seat train car that goes into a small circle. At, like, the Mall of America core fucking kind of shit. Like the upscale Westfields that are in the middle of nowhere. So it's pointless to try to say anything intelligent or commit to an idea because my brain is garbage. Also, we're playing Dark Souls. So it's like, take that sum of my brain potential and then divide it into... Okay, let's just turn around here. Are you running back? What are you doing? So yeah, like I like isekai, and I sound super critical of shit, but it's like I like when big number do, which is why fucking uh Kumo, which I know I was talking about the bear thing earlier, so it's confusing. Kumo is spider, Kuma is bear. Wow, that was just a murder. Calling the crows, it was a murder. But I do like the thing. I like the thing conceptually. Which is why I tolerate the dumb parts of that time I was reincarnated as a slime, which is a show which is like, here's some good potential, but it's wasted on bullshit. Like I like the naming system convention in that world where it's like monsters normally don't have names, but if you name them, they gain power that is equal to whoever gave them said name. So it's like, hey, what if a slime got named by a dragon and then the slime ate the dragon? And then it didn't really respect the confines of, like, limiting that potential being fucking spread. Sir, can you fall off? Thank you. Alright, no more, like, level souls. These are for buying things now. So yeah, there's weirdness with the whole thing, because it's like, there's some shows that the show is good, but then, the production team steps in and is like, yeah, well, we're gonna dedicate this to be a beach episode, so we can sell the fan service. Because that's what this genre is. If we can't sell figures, and we can't sell porn, then it's not worth the money. Get out of here. Get out of here. And again, not against that. I respect the game, but fucking... Like, just because something is fucking lewd doesn't mean that, like, it needs to be lacking in substance, you know? Speaking of isekai and that, the subgenre of, like, here's an isekai, but we're completely ignoring the world and we're focusing on a single particular part of the world, i.e., certain shows like Ishizoku reviewers, i.e. interspecies reviewers, which is just like, hey, what if porn with monster girls, though? But it's comedy porn, so it's okay. I actually have no problem with that show. That show's great. That show's really funny, and it goes way further than anyone would really expect an anime to go. But it's not horrible rape fantasy stuff like Redo of a Healer, which was what's going on last season. Which, if you've been on the internet, you've seen at least part of it. I can't stand that shit. Alright, come on. Stand behind this tree. Fucking tree souls. Did he hit me with the fucking staff? Is that what just happened? I'm very confused about that. So, I think Ishizoku Reviewers retroactively has more of a right to exist than Redo of the Healer. The fact that Redo of the Healer exists and is not getting anywhere near as much shit as the fucking show that was sex positive and not rape fantasy bullshit is absolute garbage to me, and it's just, it's racism against the monster girl likers. That's all it is. It's like, oh hey, it's weird because they're not 100% human. but they're all sentient, consenting fucking sex workers in a expressed in a positive light. God forbid. No, let's go ahead and publish and continue to publish the show that is expressly about rape, and we're really pushing the guidelines here to be the only thing that makes porn is visual dick. It's like, wow, he ran for it. Good for you, buddy. You deserve that. Get out of here. You didn't earn that. It's just so fun to kick them down into the well. It's just, it works. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if this is, like, fucking boring, but, like, you know what, I told you it's gonna be fucking Grind Souls stream. We're gonna do stuff later, probably. I just need to be overly prepared for it. That's another one. The fucking overly cautious hero. The hero is fucking overpowered but overly cautious. It's like, hey, have you maxed out your shit? Guess what? Still prep all your fucking pre-attack garbage buffs to attack the zeroest of level monsters. Like, that's fun. That show's great. I haven't even watched it. I just like the premise a lot. That's what I get for expressing joy while playing a Dark Souls game. But yeah, so the other subgenre of the subgenre of isekai are the, hey, I want to get my light novel some attention, so I'm gonna make the title like a full-ass paragraph. And it's like, I thought it was getting bad around the time that the Slime Isekai was getting fucking published. And that's, like, looking back at it, that's just a sentence. But you have, like, full-on weird shit. I also greatly appreciate that there's the additional micro subgenre that I get to enjoy of, like, here's the Yuri side stories for all these fucking things. Here's like lesbian dragon fucking shit. And then you have the reverse isekai. And let's talk about the reverse isekai, because some of my favorite anime are reverse isekai. Fucking and there's even two subgenres of fucking reverse isekai. You have the fucking fantasy character ended up in the real world, and here's how that becomes fun. So you have shit like The Devil is a Part-Timer, which is, again, one of those shows where it's like, eh. There's some weirdness there. There's some subplot shenanigans that appear to be less than morally, you know, justifiable. But the base concept of, like, hey, the fucking demon lord got fucking isekai'd to the real world, so he had to work at McDonald's part-time to be able to pay rent. I like that. That shit's fucking ridiculous, and I love it. But then you have the other, like, kind of subgenre, fucking... Oh, God. You have... if I say the word subgenre again, like, fucking somebody just throw a dart at my head. Like, follow, and subscribe first, though. Fucking... Whatever. Yeah, so you have the reverse isekai of, like, oh, hey, individual characters brought to reality. But then you have the world subversion reverse isekai. So you have, like, oh, secretly the world's been magical the whole time and you just couldn't notice. A recent example of that being Tite Kubo's newest work that is slightly less garbage. which is Burn the Witch, where it's like, hey, guess what? There's reverse Britain, where magic is real and dragons are a thing. So yeah. But one of my favorite shows comes from the earlier mentioned thing where it's like, oh, hey, the fantasy character just decided to be in this reality. And that's Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, which is a fucking, just a Yuri love story. It just happens that one of the fucking, one of our lovely dumb lesbians is a dragon. And it's my favorite. Because the moral of that show is to eat ass. Literally, like, eat the tail. The tail is food. It grows back because lizards. But to give you another slightly less conventional version of that, you got shit like the Ancient Magus Bride, which again delves deep into, I don't really agree with this worldview. It's kind of bleak, and it makes my brain hurt. But the show's good. Like, I really like the fucking world building that they do in that shit. I don't really like a lot of the character choices that are being made, because it's like, oh, hey, here's the fantasy magic version of basically cancer. Do you want to just fucking not explore that at all? And then have the show be about what it is to be truly redeemable? Which is another, like, strangely common fucking story, like, type. Of like, hey, I don't know, that's across manga and that's across all fucking forms of Japanese animation. The like the near obsession with, I will never forgive you, or how far can someone go before they'd be forgiven, or hey, it doesn't matter if this person said and did a whole bunch of really fucked up bullshit, you should forgive them. There's a weird space with that kind of shit, and I died. But yeah. So fucking anime. There's a lot to talk about, and I don't really focus on any one idea. It's a problem. I like the fantasy because the fantasy go burr. Because the traditional Western elf go pretty, and the concept of fucking, like, being able to just allow skills to develop by killing monsters is maybe appealing to me. I don't know. Or completely redefining who you are by what you do in your life. Maybe is an appealing thing to my demographic. Sir, please stop trying to backstab me. I'm not a fan of this. This is not what I want. I just want a billion souls, and I'm too much of a coward to use cheat engine to just give me a billion souls. I'm also very dumb and don't know how that works, so I would appreciate if you would just fall off of this cliff as a result. But yeah, my earlier point is that a lot of isekai, because it's like, hey, are you doing a magic? Is there some kind of is there a setting? You're probably gonna make money, so here's a fucking platform for your hot take. Is really disturbing to me. like the closest thing I can think of is that is like comparable outside of that genre that I've seen it in is very specifically the Yakuza games, which maybe I'll play at some point because they're fucking hilarious. They're great games, but shockingly, the producer of the Yakuza video games has become kind of a Yakuza-y scumbag over the course of making those things and hanging out with people to get, you know, the necessary information to produce that content. And that type of person and personality may have some very strange opinions on the state of the criminal underbelly of Japan. Like, again, the concept of I'll never forgive you versus you need to be forgiven. Some people just don't deserve forgiveness. Some people should just die. It's fine. It's okay to say. It's okay to do, even. Like, if you're, like, a fucking sex trafficker, you don't get redemption. I'm sorry. You don't get to pretend that you can be a good guy later in your life. You get to get murdered or go to jail forever. Because you're doing a bad. You're doing, like, the bad. And it's like, yeah, like, everyone who commits minor or petty crimes or becomes part of organized crime or fucking, you know, works in sex work is like, yeah, I mean, some people have to do it, some people choose to do it, some people just don't fit in the traditional cultural dynamic of being a wage slave. Because it's not a good fucking deal. And if the people who want to be able to do better in their lives without maybe respecting the laws that subjugate them to, like, not be able to fucking function if they follow them, if they want to not do that, that's fine. But there's also some shit that, like, doesn't just immediately get bundled into that. That's completely irredeemable and unforgivable. Because guess what? Most criminals are assholes. Most people who break the law aren't doing it because they fucking, like, foresee a better alternative. And some people are shitty and take advantage of that. So it's a very complex conversation. But there's some takes that are just, like, very obviously not the one to go with. And using an entertainment platform to fucking voice your kinda shitty hot takes is just a strange thing to me. I don't know. It's like, I don't know why here? Like, why is this why do you choose to have this character depicted this way? It really just deflates their whole struggle. If it turns out they're just a complete piece of shit the entire time. You know? Alright, you'll kick me back, I get it. But I will kick you back again. I don't know, it's weird. The whole thing is fucking weird. I don't have a good, like, conversational talking point about this. Like, obviously people who are smarter than me can definitely contribute to this more than I can. But I'm just saying, it's fucking weird. It is a strange thing to do. Magic. The magic of cheat engine. Danger zone ahead is right. Anyway, so I like the show that you go for because I am very easy to fucking please, and by that I mean I am very picky and not easy to please at all. But I like certain tropes, and it's easier to get those tropes in fantasy anime. because they don't have the Western RPG fucking mentality of like we need to secretly make this all about capitalism in a positive way. And we don't have to deal with the fucking Western issues of like, oh hey, everything is secretly racism, guys. Could you believe it? That everything is technically racism and capitalism? You might be shocked to know that literally everything is racism. Talk about magic, it's a racism. Doesn't matter. Has the West touched it, it's gonna be about racism. Congratulations. That's what it is to consume media. There's no ethical consumption in fucking capitalism. And that includes media. I also don't believe that. But, you know, I don't claim to believe anything. Nobody has to believe anything. You do whatever you want. Who am I to stop you? I'm not even real. I'm a voice on the internet. For most of you. And you know what? That's kind of my preferred fucking MO. That's my preferred form of existence, because physical existence is garbage. And I'm waiting for the Ghost in the Shell age where we can all just USB ourselves into the internet and live forever. Because that's not going to be a horrible hell. I really need to write down talking points if I want to have a preset conversation before I do things. Because they're like, I wanted to talk about shit, but I don't have a fucking thematic binder for all of this. So it's just like, hey, you know about anime? Guess what? Anime. And to tie together the fact that nothing makes sense and everything is garbage, I also watched Uzaki-chan wa Sobitai, which is Uzaki-chan wants to hang out. It's just like, hey, here's an adorable slice of life, rom-com-y kind of thing, about the Mamoru of fucking, like, just the most basic storyline in the world. While it simultaneously talks about, hey, guess what? Gender politics in fucking Japan are weird. And arcane. Because Japan is weird and arcane. It might shock you to find out. Okay, I think 29,000 souls should be enough to get me a +5 fucking Divine, mace, probably. That's it, guys. Content starts now. Probably. Until I realize I fucked up and need more souls. The fact that so many people tripped about the show, even though a short girl with big chest and a college student is not... Yeah, no, there was a weird obsession with that show in particular, with, like, oh, hey, here's an unrealistic depiction. Even though I personally know someone who like, let's not go into it, but I fucking dated someone who had that exact build. Like, that is a person I know personally. Don't tell me they're not real, Twitter. Like, fuck off. There is also, like, a weird bit of commentary within the show about, like, hey, you can't judge something until you've actually seen it yourself, and you can't say that mint ice cream is just toothpaste, just because mint exists. Mint ice cream existed before toothpaste. So how about you shut the fuck up and just appreciate something before you fucking criticize it? It's a great part of the show.
You seem to need anything.
Okay, let's purchase an item. Right, he sells the war pick. It's a thrust weapon. I need the blunt damage.
I'll be seeing you there.
For the 420 blades, which is tomorrow. I realize you tend to forget these things when you don't smoke. Fucking whatever. Yeah, Morning Star is a good one, I think. Let's strike. Does that count as fucking? Yeah, I guess it does. It does also do bleed, which I don't think matters. I also don't have any other weapons I think would be good for that fucking shit. Alright, Morning Star it is. Wow, I just spent 12,000 souls on Titanite. What am I doing? So what build are you going for? Fucking jack of all trades, master of none. You know? I like the Claymore because it's good. But we're specifically going for some shit that we can turn into a divine weapon so that we can go and just shit our souls away by going into the Catacombs. So we're going to modify equipment. And we gave him the divine shit earlier, so we're gonna make a divine Morning Star. Let's reinforce the weapon some more. Where's our Morning Star? It's down here. We've got some green Titanite, we can do that shit. Okay, that's 100 base damage, that's fine. That's more than enough.
You can forge armor just like foot with, but no sword.
I already bought that shit from him, right? I did, okay.
Don't get yourself killed, knight.
I feel like we could go buy some stuff. We should not use that for a level. But yeah, so I like hitting things with the Claymore because it's good. And I also like throwing Chaos Pyromancy around because I don't need stats for it. Because DS1 Pyromancy is just Pyromancy. I think in Dark Souls 2, like, it was based partially on faith and intelligence. That was a shit show. Let me tell you. So yeah, if I'm going for a build, I'm going for a build that gives me the power of God in anime. Because we're talking about it, and I have to say the meme to get the click. So we've been talking about anime for a bit. Fucking, if you're wondering, like, oh, hey Connor, I don't watch Moonspeak. What do I fucking, what do you watch? How do you get into this shit? My usual go-tos are fucking Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo, and if you're down for like both or either of those, then you're pretty good to go on to the next step. Brandon, shut up about Boku no Pico. I get that it's your favorite thing, but oh god, he's already gone. Damn it. You see what you did, Brandon? You brought Boku no Pico up, and now the fucking... Our fucking Pyromancer's gone. And also, the fucking Crestfallen is gone. We want to know who's not gone? Griggs. Because Griggs is a bitch.
Oh, hello. Well, you certainly are keeping at it.
Do we want to spend all of our money on spells we'll never use?
Goodbye, then. Do...
No. We should go buy miracles we'll never use. That's your fault for not getting good.
Oh, sometime.
I don't know, man. I pushed a lot of people off of a fucking... off of a cliff. So I think on a scale from 1 to get good, I've gotten. Did we just buy Great Heal Excerpt? Did we just buy Heal? Also recommend Trigun and Gungrave as a start. Also, of course, Gundam. Yeah, Trigun's a good one. Gungrave is a little more esoteric, and I wouldn't start with it, but I'm like, hey, if you like Trigun, you'll like Gungrave. But another good anime to get into anime with is like, hey, Gurren Lagann's pretty good, because it's not only an introduction to anime, it's an introduction to Trigger anime. And Studio Trigger anime is like the most anime you can anime. So if you can fucking function around that shit, then yeah, you're good. You're good with anything else. It's okay, so like a legitimate recommendation thing for that is like Trigger anime is probably the most bombastic and like the flashiest shit around. So if you are good with that kind of style, there's a lot of like obtuse anime insanity that you can also appreciate if you find that cool. Gurren Lagann's also my favorite fucking anime. So I'm a big old fucking dummy for recommending it to people, because they're the first 4 episodes kind of standoffish. Also, Trigger has a weird thing where they'll do like a recap episode that's like, hey, here's the production studio, and here's how we're doing. And I'm like, okay, that's cool, but also why? Fucking episode 15 in Gurren Lagann doesn't need to exist, because it's just like, hey, you want to look at some art? I'm like, yeah, I do, but this is like, this is shit for like the bonus features on your DVD release. I started talking about Gurren Lagann and our 1 viewer left. So that's about typical. Have I mentioned I hate the Catacombs? I fucking hate the Catacombs. And these floating head motherfuckers are only part of the reason why. Oh right, you got blown up, so you didn't die. So you think to yourself, Connor, why did you switch to a fucking bleed weapon for skeletons? That's stupid. You're stupid. And I agree with you. I am stupid. But I did make it a divine thing. And here's the problem with this whole fucking zone. Is that you see these skeletons have weird dark fire in their eyes? Like an anime. I don't know why I keep this fucking continued bullshit up. So, the problem with this whole fucking zone is that these skeletons will continue to respawn after you kill them forever. With the exception of one thing. If you kill them with a divine weapon, they cannot be reconfigure themselves. There are also areas where it's like, oh hey, did you want to get rid of these skeletons? If you kill the necromancer that they are attached to, they will all die. And those motherfuckers are a one-time deal. For example, this guy. This chuckle fuck right over here. He's in charge of the idiots who we just killed outside. Now normally it would be a fucking it would be a pure case of futility to fight here because you would never be able to get the bonfire up because there would always be hostile enemies. See, once he dies, he's gone. But once you kill the necromancer, those particular dudes just stop showing up. Except for the ones that don't. Because there are some skeletons in here that are immortal skeletons. Like this guy right here. These two are not attached to a necromancer. Just die. Thank you. So they'll just continue to respawn forever. This is the shittiest part of Dark Souls. I will go so far as to fucking say. Oh, you're not even... you can't even figure it out. Oh, buddy, I will kill you. I will kill you with arrows, and it'll be fine. Oh, you figured it out. You also figured it out effectively enough that I'm getting hit more than you are. Okay, that's cool. So yeah, the only way to stop these fuckers from reconfiguring is to have a divine weapon. And also they're skeletons, so the blunt weapons would normally do more, but I don't have an actual mace, I only have this thing, the Morning Star. When you're thinking to yourself, God, what the fuck is the difference? The difference is this is a bleed weapon. And I'm fighting skeletons. Which, spoilers ahead, they don't got any blood. Now the other solution is like, Connor, you're fond of kicking things off of a cliff, as seen for the first hour of the stream. Why not just do that? And I say, oh viewer, oh simple, wonderful viewer. If you kick these fuckers down a cliff, they will reassemble at the bottom in front of a boss room, and then I will have to fight 1,000 enemies before getting to a boss. And like, sure, that boss is fucking pinwheel, so it might not be that much of a problem. But also, I don't want to do that. It's fucking... I don't want to make my life harder than it has to be. You know? Also, I realized the Kono... it's not Korewa fucking Dioda, it's... or no, it's Korewa Dioda or Kono Dioda. So when Dio introduces himself, he is literally saying this is Dio and not I am Dio. That was a talking point earlier. And my brain is slowly remembering things. Ooh, we got a scimitar. A scimitar that we will never use. Have I mentioned I hate the Catacombs? 'Cause they steal my soul away. It's a feel-bad time, man. The worst part is that this isn't even the fucking worst part. The worst part is not even getting the pinwheel and beating pinwheel. It's getting back. Because for some reason, my mental map does not work here. Like, I try to be a functioning person with a brain, and game says no. Game says, here's the Catacombs. For some reason, a very easily mapped out location that you cannot map out because you're a dummy. Holy shit. Okay, there we are. Get out of here. So another question one might ask is, Connor, why'd you do the thing? And I'm like, aside from Blood Weapon, why didn't you divine your Claymore? If you like the moveset better, and it has better reach, and it's a better weapon overall. And I would say that's a fair question. I don't want to do a Faith build. Because Faith builds are garbage. Ooh, I got a soft and another refill of the Estus flask. Oh shit. Oh shit, people are being nice to me. I don't know how to handle it. Oh shit, people are really being nice to me. I really don't know how to handle it. I really wish I had the ability to level this thing up more, because the doing like 5 hits to fucking do anything is not fun. Fuck it. And fuck it. Also, the skeleton's movement is weird to me. I don't know. They're not as easily parryable. And I'm sure there are people who are screaming right now, Connor, of course they're easily parryable. I'm like, not to me. The Lucerne! Oh, I had a strength build with the Lucerne. It was a good run. Lucy's a good hammer. She's more of a pole arm, but, you know. Big hammer, go for her. Come on, motherfucker. Wow, I got parried by a skeleton. Oh, man. Oh, the energy. It is fucking me up right now, honestly. Okay, then we have this motherfucker right here. This chuckle fuck. And then there's the bow guy from earlier, who's going to be right over here. Unless we already fought him. No, we didn't. Also not a fan of how little swing is still in this thing. Like, the Claymore would have knocked all those motherfuckers down. And now we're back to the start of that again. Fuck. Need more Estus people to be nice to me. Should probably top off just in case. Okay, so... I don't like these exploding heads. They're not my friend. And I'm like, of course I love the talking heads, man. Psycho Killer, Piscase. But that's not fun. That's not a good time. No one's having fun with this. Ow! Damn you. Fucking amazing. I hate the catacombs so much. I hate them. Look at all these bugs on the wall. Now you hate them too. I just want to have 20 Estus flasks. I just want to have 20 Estus. Get out of here. I'll deal with you later. Psycho killer. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Better. Run, run away. Like, I love the don't give up skeleton meme from Dark Souls 2 as much as anybody. But I want these skeletons to give up. Give up, skeleton. Am I remembering right? No, this doesn't fall. Yeah, didn't think so. You end up there after falling through the floor somewhere. I don't remember. Brandon, you're right. Skeleton warriors. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Don't you love how low effort 90s TV had to be? It's like, oh hey, what are we gonna do for the intro to this fucking to this show that's ripping off the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? And they're just like, skeleton warriors, da na 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 na. It's fucking great. I love that shit. It's so stupid. It is so fucking dumb. Even worse is Biker Mice from Mars, but that was also not a good show. Biker Mice from Mars, fucking low ranking. Very low ranking. Street Sharks is probably the best one and deserved way more than it got. I like Street Sharks way more than I like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that's for fucking sure. I'll tell you that for free. Skeleton Warriors was conceptually probably my favorite, and the best show of all of them, and I do include this, is Gargoyles. Gargoyles was totally that same shit, but they actually made a show out of it. Like, that is a legitimately good piece of TV. Yeah. You also had, like, a completely unjustifiable amount of fucking talent in that show, too. Like, the voice acting quality in that show is just, like, better than it had any right to be. But you know what this also makes me think of? Remember fucking Animorphs? Yeah, Keith David is Goliath Knox. Keith David's amazing. Keith David's the best in everything he's in, and it makes hating certain things very hard to do. But, do you remember fucking Animorphs? Because I remember fucking Animorphs. Let's do the 90s thing where we just fucking talk about fucking just member berries our way into fucking, like, having a conversation. Haven't heard that name in years. Dude, so here's the shit about Animorphs. That fucking... Okay, the show was subpar. But that is no one's fault but, you know, the people producing it. Soul of Proud Knight. No, this isn't the wall. And that isn't the wall either. But you can see through this wall that there is a bonfire here. The books are... That was going to be my point. The books are fucking great. Animorphs delved into some shit. Like, there's, like, space genocide. So this, I believe, turns the thing over there horizontally. Animorphs was fucking brutal. There was that kid who was stuck as a hawk for, like, a whole book. That shit was gnarly as fuck. Ow. Why am I dumb? Come get me, motherfuckers. Oh no, I forgot. You've got the rolls. You've got the fucking power. You got the touch. I kill these fuckers with my stupid divine mace thing. They won't be able to get back up, and I can go fucking kill that goddamn necromancer. But yeah, Animorphs was fucking crazy. Like, I almost want to go back and rewatch, or not even rewatch, but reread those books. Because I don't think, like, 8-year-old Connor was able to fucking fully appreciate space genocide the way post-Gundam 20-something-year-old Connor is. Like, it's definitely a whole thing. Sir, I would recommend you do not stand at the ledge for your own safety. And like one might be wondering, Connor, why not just push him off the edge? He's a bitch. Now, normally I would agree, but the problem here... Oh, I don't even remember where this goes. I don't want to fuck with that. It's funny how it went from Goosebumps as a kid to Animorphs as a preteen. Yeah. I mean, I'd go so far as to say R.L. Stine actually, like, tried to pull some of the same shit, because some of the later Goosebumps books were just like, hey, here's some body horror about, kids being turned into werewolves and being sold into a circus. Like, that's just what this particular book is going to be about. But also... it's all gonna be a fucking ploy for a single pun to be made at the end of the book, and that's a lot of R.L. Stine's writing. And I'm like, yeah, it's meant for grade schoolers, but like, fuck, dude, respect the time investment of like fucking 8 to 10-year-olds, I guess. I don't know what fucking demographic that the fucker goes after. Oh god, is there one in here? There's not. I don't think. Can you make like second Goosebumps line with more adult themes than regular Goosebumps going? Yeah. There's definitely a couple of Goosebumps books that delve into shit that is not for fucking kids, I'll tell you that. But they have that same air, you know? Like, they have that, fucking... that je ne sais quoi of, like, you definitely meant for this to be read by someone whose expectations were lower. This is important. I don't remember Okay, it ends here. So we're gonna come back here at some point because we need to make that drop. But for now, I think we actually need to go back up because I think that opened up the door. And the door opening up... Yeah, okay, so that's open. Just gonna make sure that there's anything in here. No, okay. But yeah, Arlstein stuff is weird. Like, going back. It's strange. That was unnecessary. But that's also how you get the Great Scythe. There's some shenanigans there, let me tell you. There's a speedrun strat where you can actually just fall off of some of the bridges in the right order and get the Great Scythe at like level 1, like right after you leave the Undead Asylum. This is still flipped. Sir, please allow me to get rid of this illusory wall. Love it. We actually have just enough to bump to this particular bonfire, and I'm gonna do that. But yeah, like, I remember the werewolf one, where the kids were, like, sold into slavery, and it was slavery, and, like, I don't give a fuck any other opinions on that matter. Like, the whole thing was to make a pun about a candy bar. And as a kid, I was like, man, I just fucking wasted my time. Alright, stability's going up, but that's not worth that shit. Yeah, Brandon, you're here. Fucking what's your favorite Goosebumps TV show episode? Because for me, it is definitely a tie somewhere between the fucking what is it? The camera that shows people dying, or like how people will die, and the mask that stays on. The mask that becomes your face if you wear it past midnight on Halloween, or whatever the fuck that shit was. I don't remember episode or book names because I'm fucking dumb. And my memory is fucking garbage. Oh, something died. Sir, where did you come from? I have no clue. I need to get a new Xbox controller that isn't so fucking clicky and, like, noise problem. Night of the Living Dummy or fucking Werewolf and Fever Swamp. Yeah, those are both fucking classic. I would definitely agree. Okay. We could go this way and make our lives hell and continue on. Or we can go this way and make our lives a living fucking hell and go on. There we go. Night of the Living Dummy was just child's play. And I refuse. I rewrote my memory so that there is murder in that one. I don't give a fuck. That was Babby's first spelling pun. Because you must be evil to live, truly, because live is evil spelled backwards. And it's like, man, this is the kind of content that my fifth grader brain really was looking for. Honestly, Goosebumps is just fucking Twilight Zone for kids. The show. I specifically mean the show. Alright, come on, guy. Like 4 a time. Because Talking Tina is basically just Night of the Living Dummy. Or the other way around. Night of the Living Dummy is just Talking Tina. Ugh, fuck off. It was an interesting choice he made there. We broke his poise, that's awesome. He dodged, somehow. Not awesome. Get fucked, giant skeleton. Oh yeah, by the way, the skeleton was supposed to come through the ceiling with these bricks. The game said no. But more importantly, we got the Dark Moon Seance Ring, which will become important later. From what I saw on German Spy stream this morning, morning star breaks poise every 2 hits or something like that. Yeah, I mean, I think it's something to scale with the bleeding damage. But it definitely does a lot of poise damage. You know, let's take a look. Now, the fact that I made a divine might fuck with the stats a little bit, because whenever you divine a weapon, it becomes partially faith-based. So yeah, the magic damage here, the +5 is based entirely on the faith scaling we added to this thing. 300. Boo. Oh, right. I can't itemize stat descriptions with the controller. It's fine. There's supposed to be a fucking necromancer here. There he is. Sir, I would recommend you die. Welcome to die. Right, and this is where you can just pop out if you want to go that way. But why go that way when you can discover what magic lies ahead? What do I mean by that? I don't know. Yes, thank you. Okay. Yeah, fucking Tranquil Walk of Peace, the miracle is over here. Ironically. Oh my god, he caught me again? You kidding me? Sir? I refuse to be murdered by skeleton. Because that would hurt my pride. A skeleton. Sir. Excuse me. Excuse me. God, I am just having my soul ripped out. Drink. Oh my god, I hate the skeletons so much. I hate them. I recommend you fuck off. I could have... I didn't immediately fall down. I could have just left when I got Tranquil Walk of Peace. I don't know why the fuck I do this to myself. This is also an immensely bad idea. I don't care. Try to come after me, I dare you. Oh fuck, he's going the long way. Never mind. Just thank you for hurting me on my way to the fucking bonfire. Just enough. Just a fucking enough. Oh god. Circle. Those have something to do with the Way of White, which I technically am still part. Or no, I'm not part of. I switched to the Chaos Covenant, right? Oh, something died. You know what? I saw that parry. That parry is bullshit. Fuck you. Game. Trying to tell me that that was legitimate. That was garbage. Fuck off. Yeah, but did you actually see the fucking timing on that shit? That fuck. If that was my parry window, that would have netted me nothing. I would have gotten nothing. I would have been told to go fuck myself. And activate the exploding head. Activate the exploding head, sir. Okay. Bastard. Oh, fuck off with that. You should all be dead. Omae wa mo shinderu. Would have not happened if that was you. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know. Am I remembering right? Is that there is a Titanite demon here, I think. Yeah, there he is. You can barely see him from right here. So there's some funny shit around here, if you can get past this motherfucker. Let me target you. Four, okay. God, this thing does an unbelievable amount of voice damage. Shit. Fuck me. I should have just kept attacking. I should have just kept fucking hitting him. Why am I dumb? Why am I suffering in the catacombs for no fucking reason? There's a drop from here, isn't there? No, there's not. Okay, fuck me. You forgot that one. Yeah, so that motherfucker guards the Gravekeeper fucking, casket. And if I beat him this time, we'll find out what that actually is. Because it's pretty stupid. And by stupid, I mean cool. Just don't follow me, just don't follow me, just don't follow me. Haha, your pathing breaks. Fools. One of them died. I love the random one of them dying. It's a good time. So this hitbox is ridiculous. Because it'll just suddenly decide that it can hit you when it previously didn't. 2, 3, 4? Nope. Nope, get grabbed. Get grabbed and immediately decimated. Holy shit. Just a good start to the day. Get stabbed several times. You won't believe what it does for the blood flow. Acupuncture's a scam. Fucking. I don't even know anymore. I don't know, guys. I think I might be losing it a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean I am obviously losing it. It's all the anime talk. It broke my brain. Follow me, follow me, follow me. No, you're gonna break your pathing. You're gonna break your pathing, sir. You don't want to do that. I saved you from a fate worse than death. That fate is bad AI. Sir, do you too want the eternal suffering of breaking your pathing? You'll have to back up awkwardly forever? It's not fun. If I can get him out of this hallway... What if I lost fucking like 700 souls? It's not worth fighting him in the hallway. Amazing. Fantastic. Amazing. Fantastic, even. This guy's weird. You gotta get, like, right up in his armpit, and then half of his attacks will miss you. I'm not into that shit, but if it works, it works. See how I specifically said half of his attacks will miss you? Cool, I broke him out of his grab. Oh my god, this is the real fucking boss fight down here. As per usual, the Titanite Demon is a hard. Shockingly. This is why Gwen broke all their legs. Because these fuckers are too strong. The fact that I'm breaking this thing's poise is fucking ridiculous to me. Also, I don't like that bleed became infected. Sir. Have you considered not doing that? We don't even have to do it, it's just something I want to fucking show you guys because it's dumb. You know what, I'm just gonna switch to I'm gonna go back to the good weapon. Why am I doing this? Because of the skeletons, of course. I'm dumb. But fuck it, I don't care anymore. Oh my god. The best part of waking up is getting stabbed several times. Because let me tell you, it's definitely not Folgers. Folgers is shit. Goodbye. Here's everybody's fucking bi-quarterly reminder that Folgers made that fucking weird incest Christmas commercial, and I don't want to ever let them live that down. Unless they want to sponsor the stream, in which case, Folgers, I won't mention your weird incest commercial that you made. Folgers, pay me money so I won't bring up your weird brother-sister romance commercial that you made about Christmas. Guys, we gotta make this happen. Somebody contact Folgers and tell them to sponsor my stream. Brandon, do you not know about the fucking Folgers coffee commercials? Oh, dude, it's a whole fucking deal. So, oh man, God, I gotta actually send you the link later. So Folgers made this commercial, and I will describe to you the absolute chicanery that is the Folgers fucking Christmas commercial, where it was like, oh hey, family's the most important thing. Fuck. I was too ecstatic to talk about Folgers' weird incest commercial to pay attention to the fucking Titanite demon. Okay, so here's the steez. Here's the scoop. You can just look up Folgers incest commercial and you will find it on YouTube. But the base deal is like, oh hey, a brother who was out of town for, you know, life came into town for Christmas. And the only one awake at that point is his little sister, and they're both like 20-something, 30-something even. And there's just this weird sexual tension between the two actors in this fucking coffee commercial bit, and it had to have been directed, because there are jump cuts that are like, no, you need to have more feisty sexual fucking I don't know why did I just use nesties? You have to have more like incest spice towards your brother character in this coffee commercial. And then out of nowhere, it's like, oh hey, oh you made it home for Christmas, yeah, no, and for some reason, I think it's the sister pulls out a fucking like a gift bow. Maybe she was up early wrapping gifts because an irresponsible gift giver will wait to the last second. And then one of them puts the bow. Fuck, I'm gonna die. Fuck it. Don't get grabbed. Got it. One of them puts the bow on the other's like face or something, and they're like, "You're my Christmas present," and I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?" It's an absolute trip. Do yourself a favor and look that shit up, because it is fucking weird. It's kind of crazy. Who approved that? I don't know. Someone from fucking Alabama? Oh, you just watched it? Yeah. It's fucked up, isn't it? I don't know, dude. I don't know. It's a trip and a half. But I don't know. Maybe Folgers really just wanted to appeal to their Alabaman demographic, you know. Sir, can you fuck off, really? I mean, come on. See, now you're in the pathing problem, where your fucking whole existence is ruined, and you have to step backward 1,000 fucking miles. You just need to not follow. There's more sexual tension in that commercial than some porn I've watched. Yeah, that's a fair summation of events. Like, kudos to those two fucking weird motherfuckers who were like, yeah, let's really sex up this coffee commercial. Folgers, #1 seller in Bama. Get fucked. Bullshit. The overheads are bullshit. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. Come on, do your weird jump, you fucking creep. I got hit by it anyway. This is one of the, like, more legit Titan Knight demons. He's got, like, 1 billion health, so this is gonna take a minute. Assuming I don't get instantly murdered by that fucking, I'm stupid. I forgot I had pyromancy. Get fucked, bitch. Fuck. The reach on the catch pull is absolute garbage. And by garbage, I mean I disagree with its ability to hit me as effectively as it does. Oh, cool, I didn't even need to use the last one. Demon Titanite, alright. So we got 3 Eyes of Death. But, if you want to join the, if you want to join the Gravelord Covenant, which is Nito's Covenant, you can just, hop in this coffin. Chosen Undead's like, you know what? That looks like a comfy motherfucking coffin. I'll chill in it. For like a while, too. Just fucking wait. The weird boar helm is clipping through everything. It's like, man, this is a comfy grave. And then a skeleton is like, haha, we got you. And all they had to do was keep that fucking lid on that thing. And then the world would not go the way it's going. Except... Tomb of the Giants. So you're like, oh man, this is Gravelord Nito's boss room. What the fuck am I doing here? And then you head over to this big ass coffin. And then you pray to the sarcophagus of the Gravelord. Now, we're not going to enter the Covenant because, as much as it pains me to do, because we're already part of the Chaos Covenant, we've already put 10 humanity in that shit. We need to get to level 3 of the Chaos Covenant. But also, you just hop back in and they'll take you back. Wait's not nearly as long, though. And, like, I don't know what the skeletons are thinking. They're like, dude, you didn't even enter the fucking Covenant. You're not even part of our shit. Why the fuck would we take you anywhere? But then they just bring it back. But the best part of waking up is definitely not Folgers. Right? Like, how the fuck? Assuming you even find, like, without a guide, assuming you even find that thing, like, what are the odds that you just don't, you don't just think it's like a weird, like, fucking Easter egg or some shit? It's like, fuck. Okay, I'm not sure how this is gonna go, so, Please be patient with my stupidity. I believe there's something over here. And by there's something over here, I mean there is not anything over here. But it did trick this idiot to fucking get back up the stairs. By stairs, I mean ladder. Haha, bitch. Now we can knock you out. Yeah, that's what happens. If you run out of stamina on the stairs, it's a bad deal. You're like, wow, that's some discolored tile. Whoever did that job was a dickhead. I'd agree with you on that. This way anyway. There is an item there. But there is something a little more of an issue to deal with. Cool. That fucked up amazingly. Right, this is a Black Knight. We cannot not take him seriously. That's a white Titanite chunk from that motherfucker. Oh, fuck. Oh, that might have just fucked us. The bane of my existence just flew by us, by the way. Cool, we got the Skull Lantern, which we don't particularly need for anything, but it's one of those weapons that we have to get because they're unique. So this, yeah, this is where you would have come down anyway. You're like, weird, I hear an anvil or something. That was like 3 of them, but there are more. So the trick is to catch them before they can turn back around. Goddamn skeletons. Oh, we're out of Estus. That's not good. I suppose the real question is, do we challenge run the fucking pinwheel fight? We totally could. We have no fireball, we have no Estus. Go. Which is bullshit that we still take damage from that fall. I'm not a fan of games that don't, like... I don't like, completely inescapable damage before a boss fight. I think that's complete bullshit. Or, like, cutscene damage. And here's Pinwheel. The creep motherfucker. Let's see what kind of playthrough we're gonna have, because if it's not the dad mask, then that's gonna be an interesting deal. If we had even a single Estus, that would have been a one-run fucking thing. I don't fucking die to pinwheel. This doesn't normally happen. But this is what our life is. Motherfucker. The upside is that gives us the excuse that we need to do the, is it this way? I don't know if it's this way. I don't think it's this way. No, it is, okay. Or it might be. Might not be. We'll find out. Alright, so all we need to do... Fuck. What was that, 7,000 souls we just lost? That's fine. That jump's tricky. Because it's not a jump, it's a roll. I didn't have to deal with that. That would be amazing. Yeah, so the other problem is that fucking thing that's jutting out of the wall completely fucks. Completely fucks the fall physics. Give me that time for some reason. Maybe we have some luck. It's like, this is the shortcut to pinwheel, and it's like, yeah, if you can make it. Oh god, there's not even a roll, that's right. Ugh. It's just walk off. So, there's other secrets here. Nito isn't the only fucking cool skeleton in this fucking place. You've got the skeleton smith. And his fucking crazy as shit fucking skeleton beard.
You spoil my focus.
Also, I think, I don't remember if it was like real trivia because my brain is garbage. Yeah, there's another skeleton here. My brain is garbage. We've covered that. But I believe that his audio is chunky and shitty because the actor was working remotely and they literally just didn't send him a quality microphone to record his lines on. If I'm remembering right, I might be remembering wrong.
What's that then? Need some smithing? Then produce me some wares.
Purchase item. We sell homeward bound.
I'm here to... If that'll be all, then be gone with you.
But this is a fucking cool setup. It's like, oh hey, put these hot ass coals in this fucking, like, basically just some magma into these fucking stone things and just make a kiln out of a fucking coffin. It's kind of sick. Yeah, that's how we get this door open. And now we just need to pray that we can run past the wheel skeletons. Yep. That one thought he was tricky. That one was tricky. And this is why we take our time and kill the wheel skeletons. So, fun bit about that, I have had them kill me through the fog gate before, and you can kill them back. Okay, there are only 4 of them. The fog gate means nothing. It's bullshit. It's a lie. Yes, yes, pinwheel. Very scary. Big necromancy. He romances the necks. I get it. Oh, God. Pinwheel story is actually kind of sad. You know? Oh, man, is he real? He's not. But I did kill the double. Like, it's obvious to tell because his lanterns are lit and have the fucking weird bullshit. I don't need another sun tank. Oh, he put his double right on top of it. That's weird. That doesn't usually happen. Get fucking real. By the right of kindling, you can now kindle beyond the normal limit. Got the right of kindling, y'all. And we're having a garbage playthrough. One of 3 masks of Pinwheel, the necromancer who stole the power of the Grave Lord and reigns over the Catacombs. This mask belongs to the Kindly Mother. Slightly raises HP. So no giant dad build. Sorry. The game said no. The game said no, and fuck you. Oh god, that's right, we do have to go a little bit into the fucking lore, to the grave of the fucking giants. I did not want to do that today. I came here for the right of kindling and to leave. Like, fucking straight up, I'm not about it. Because, hey, this area is fucked. We did get the item that makes this area slightly easier to deal with, but it's like... it's big risk reward, and I don't like using it, but I have to. Which, within itself, is bullshit. It's like, hey, do you want to fall back into the fucking boss door? Go that way. Idiot. We did get a skull lantern, which drop off of the necromancers. Got the soul of the proud knight. Now the real game is getting back. Now we took care of the Black Knight, so that's probably the worst part of this encounter, but again, wheel skeletons, so life is not allowed to be good. I see it. I see it, man. I'll get you, you bitch. Oh, I don't like this area. We did kill the necromancer, so these guys are done once they go down. The other hint is whether or not a skeleton drops souls when you kill it. If it does, usually it's dead, if I'm remembering that right. But with the Rite of Kindling, we can continue onward. Gravity doesn't apply to skeletons, why would it? Another cemetery. I forget, which one does this go to? Oh, it just goes to the same thing. Okay. One of those drops goes to the area that has all those items up on a ledge. I don't remember what it is. I don't want to deal with it. Somebody gave me Estus. That's cool. Gonna need it to get out of here. Oh, right. I can just... This'll get me halfway. Why? Yes, it's a wasted level. Yes, I know what I'm doing. I promise. I kind of know what I'm doing at any given point. What is the point of backstabbing a skeleton? The point is, mechanically, it does more damage. Alright. We are officially back out of the Catacombs. Congratulations to us. We did it. Yatta. I don't know how one of those things killed themselves, but they did. Yeah, that's right. Can't come out of the catacombs, can you? You cowards. But you never really leave the catacombs. It becomes part of your soul. By removing part of your soul. And for those wondering, no, I do not like progressing patches until after I come back from Manor Londo. Because I don't want to go into the Tomb of the Giants without the Lord Vessel. It's a fucking waste of time. What we can go do, however, is try to see if our crestfallen friend has truly given up before we go. For it is truly the cruelest thing to do to the crestfallen is to give them hope that things might be better. Because the hope that things may be better comes with the knowledge that you cannot make them better. I could have swore I remember him being here. Maybe he's a little further in. No, there he is. Hello. Oh, our poor friend. You've gone hollow. Respect your betters. What did I say? Farewell, crestfallen. He doesn't even drop a unique item or anything. Fucking pitiful. And that is the tale of our crestfallen warrior friend. Appropriately, his quest is completed before we go to Anor Londo. It's really kind of a ghost town over here. Makes it slightly easier to abandon. Oh, hello, friend. You've wandered far. Let me correct that unfortunate mistake you've made.
Oh,
Ironically, we saved homeward for the last miracle we have not picked up from Vetris. Because I'll tell you this, after you go and find Rhea, Petrus being alive is a problem. But we'll get into that when we go and see Patches. And he instructs us on the arcane knowledge of what it is to dive, duck, dodge, dip, and dodge, or dive, something. I don't know. Does anyone else remember the 5 Ds of dodgeball? It's dive, duck, dip. I don't remember. Fuck. I know I said it like on Friday. Shit. Dive, duck. Dodge. But I believe... perhaps we should. This does kind of become our default, de facto bonfire for a bit. That is to become human. That is for 15. That is for 20. rises higher. As we go to Sen's fortress. Where we will undoubtedly get our shit rocked. Oh, a trap. How awful. Well, that's one of them. Oh, sir. The Snake Men of Sen's Fortress. If you're not prepared, they will fuck your shit up. Is gonna be a day. Although, personally, I think it's a good place to call it for the day. Whew. We did a stuff. We did a Dark Souls, everybody. We did a Dark Souls. Let's go raid Chasing Tales. Alright, y'all. I don't know when next stream's gonna be, back to older schedule, so maybe Wednesday or Thursday. But until then, I'll see you later. Enjoy the raid.
This, et typ där.
We should have kept
So-
poking on Darius to make sure that
I mean, I am at a 10 stress level. I don't
Andrew,
know
that
what
is-
is going
that
on.
is a 1 on the effect die.
It is, you're right. I just deleted one, didn't I?
I just like